Wave Mile.
Hiware Bazar. The Hiware Bazar is located in Ahmednagar district in Maharashtra. It is situated on the eastern side of Sahyadri mountains, which are the part of Western Ghats, and this region is rain shadow region, and about 400 millimeters of rainfall per annum in Ahmednagar district. And the soil and water conservation works in Hiware Bazar were implemented on common lands and on private grasslands, especially the implementing of continuous contour trenches (CCTs). Hiware Bazar was selected under the Adarsh Gram Yojana of Maharashtra government for watershed and all-round development of the village. When Adarsh Gram Yojana was launched in Maharashtra, there were also some preconditions were set for selection of villages. The most important were the four bandis, which are famous by the Ralegaon Siddhi experience. The four bandis were Kurhat Bandi, it means ban of felling trees. Second one, Charai Bandi, it is a ban of free grazing. Third one, Nas Bandi, it is about family planning. And fourth one, Nasha Bandi, ban of liquor. And people also had to agree to a certain amount of Shramadhan, it means the voluntary physical labor. A ban of free grazing means the people were allowed to cut the grass and carry it to feed animals. There are other bans in the village which were added later. The most significant was a ban on borewells for irrigation, growing sugarcane, banana, and selling one's land to any outsiders also banned. Continuous contour trenches were dug on the hill slopes to arrest the erosions of soil, harvest water, and encourage growth of grass. A number of water harvesting structures also built in the village, like check dams, percolation tanks, and loose boulder structures. Plantations on the forest lands and roadside were also part of the program. With this effect, the irrigation land in a summer crops has increased from 7 to 72 hectares. In a year of normal rainfall, there is enough water in the wells to irrigate. This has made a second crop possible, and hence migration elsewhere has reduced. The conditions of wage employment have also improved with the wage rates going up, though they remain on the low side because it made their lands much more productive. The main thing is the social control over groundwater extraction and use no borewells for irrigation, means only for drinking water they are using, no water intensive crops like sugarcane. Water for irrigation should be taken only through dug wells. They have also worked out certain thumb rules, like if they get good rainfall, then they can take full Rabi crop. If the rainfall is less, then they bring down the area under Rabi. At the same time, the improvement of the livestock economy has also helped a marginal and small farmers significantly. And loans also have been given to many small farmers. As a result, the number of milch animals in the village has increased. These developments are clearly linked to the fact that fodder availability has increased due to the better productivity. Milk production in the village also witnessed a more than 20-fold increase from 140 liters per day to 3000 liters per day. However, one of the learnings has been that groundwater extraction cannot be controlled at a small unit or within a village boundary. We need institutional norms and understanding at a much larger unit like sub-basin or river basin. Then only we can control water extraction or groundwater extraction. Water as common pool resource. Over the past few decades, groundwater has become the main source of water, especially for domestic use and agriculture. The current laws about groundwater in many states are both outdated and inappropriate. They were developed at a time when groundwater was a marginal source of water. Today, shallow and deep tube wells have the potential to draw a lot of water. The current laws on groundwater use are inappropriate because the basic link between access to groundwater and land ownership on which these rules are based are flawed. These laws were supported that owners only because the underground system was assumed to be owned by the landowner. For example, over extraction from one tube well often dries up other tube wells around. Each one competes to go deeper than their neighbor, and soon all the tube wells up to certain depth dry up. since these wells are interconnected by the underground structure in the region. It is therefore inappropriate to think of ownership of flowing resources such as water. This implies that groundwater is mostly controlled by individuals that own the land. Landowners are not restricted in the amount of water they can take out. If there is more extraction of water, it affects the others in connected areas, and also the affects that stock of water that would be available for future generation. Therefore, one can't allow individual landowners to extract as much water as they wish from their land. There should be some restrictions. Regulation is not an easy. This is also because for some resources like water, electricity, oil, natural gas, etc., consumption by one person or one sector affects what is available for others. The political thinking has to change to make these regulations work. This is only way to stop the negative competition to finish off the common pool resource, since each person wants their share before someone else does. This is the real contemporary challenge. Here one of the example given about what confuse is there in the current water laws. What is required are laws and rules to recognize that water is common flowing resource. Drinking water is the first priority as well as the human right, and that Panchayati Raj institutions must have control over the use of groundwater. Here we are going to discuss about one case study about Perumatti Gram Panchayat in Kerala. It is about Coca-Cola company. The Coca-Cola company was situated in the village. There was also decreasing water quality to the extent that the local government primary health center had concluded that the water was not fit for drinking. Because of this, Coca-Cola company releasing of wastage into the streams. The issue was brought to the court and it is now pending in the Supreme Court as on January 2014. In the Kerala High Court, judges they have given two decisions which gave two opposing views of groundwater regulation. The first judge gave that the groundwater is the public resources meant for all, and that the state has a duty to protect it against excessive exploitation. Additionally, they added that the judge made the link that drinking water is a priority. The second judge took a completely different perspective and asserted the primacy of landowners' control over the groundwater. These two contradictory decisions illustrate the confusion over laws today. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel and share to your friends.